All right, this is a check. Can you guys hear me this time? Can you hear me? Someone please, come on, inform me as to whether or not you're able to hear the sounds of my voice. I just wanted to be able to touch base with all of you out there and say hello and give you guys some feedback on some of the upcoming stuff that we have coming out. And can you guys hear me? So the audio is working. So glad when audio, you hear me. Miracles never cease. Anyways, thank you all for being here. It's okay. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. It's been a crazy day. Doughboy, what's up, baby? So Michael Berg, come back to Alaska. I would love to. So, at any rate, just wanted to touch base with you guys, kind of give you an update as to what I've been up to the last. What's up, China Lynn? And talk to you guys about what's been going on with some of my stuff in my life, and to go from there. You guys are too kind. I know I haven't been uploading a ton of videos recently. It's been really crazy for me. And if you guys hold off on your questions for about 5 minutes, I will start answering questions as soon as I get done with this part. But if I start reading all of what you're writing, I'm like a dog in a squirrel. See, I got sidetracked with the tow truck. What's up, Captain America? Hey, baby. Anyways, it's been really crazy for me, from getting towed at McDonald's with them to what's up, Cheryl, to just all the craziness going on. It's been very, very busy time for me. We did Sony in Africa in July. I came back. I did a real wedding workshop and all that in Germany at the Stettenfels Castle. Then went, what's up, Steph? And then went and did all this crazy stuff, a boot camp in LA. We did a workshop in Zurich, Switzerland. We went to the ice caves. You guys, I promise you I'm going to ask you all of the questions. What's up, David? We're really trying to get back to Australia next year, by the way. But and then I just got done with the East Coast trip that was wild. Detroit, Louisville, Kentucky. It's not Louisville, guys. I learned it's Louisville. It's almost like you have to have marbles in your mouth when you say Louisville. Anyway, so it's Louisville. And then we finished up in Chicago area, which was really great. So I'm leaving again this Friday, going out to Germany for Photokina. I'm going to be doing a workshop out there and a photo walk, and then going off to Carlisle, UK, and then doing some events there. The Michael Jordan of photography. You're too kind. Thank you. It's very kind of you. And so then after that, guys, did I get a slugger from Louisville? Yeah, I need a slugger from Louisville, but I need a slugger to do some stuff in Kentucky, if you know what I mean. Anyways, but so we went and we're doing Richmond 17th, 18th. Then we're doing a photo boot camp in New York City, guys, on the middle of October 20 through the 23rd, doing a photo walk on the 23rd, the night of the 23rd in New York City, guys. Then I'm taking an airplane. I'm gonna miss Photo Plus. I'm really bummed out about that, but I'm gonna miss out on Photo Plus because people have been asking me about that. So if you want to see me in New York, I originally planned on doing the boot camp and the photo walk before you got your comments, but I got to try to not read them. You guys make me laugh when I get distracted, but I planned on the photo walk and the boot camp before Photo Plus, to be there for Photo Plus, but I got asked by Sony to come out to London to Camera World Live and do some events for them, and then we're gonna stick around in the UK for a good week after that, going up to Manchester to do an event at the Chetham's Library, which would be amazing. So if you guys are over in the UK, there's really 3 chances to see me. I'm going to be in Carlisle, UK, which is just south of Scotland. We're actually flying into Edinburgh. Did you get back with the news on McDonald's thing? They said they couldn't reach you. Who said they couldn't reach me? I've had a lot of requests from the news, and McDonald's, they freaking suck. Anyways, but and then and then we're going to be doing some stuff. Which Sony's the best for sports? A9, hands down. A9 kills all the other ones. And then I'll say this last thing, then you guys can ask me all questions you want. And then after Manchester, we're going to be in Toronto, Canada for Profusion, doing some events for Sony and Rhodolite in Canada for Profusion. So Santa Maria Guadalupe needs to be patented, sir. I know. And I have a beautiful, very talented assistant named Emily. And I love how you expose the McDonald's, you freaking bastards. Annyeonghaseyo. Oh, now we're speaking Korean, are we? Annyeonghaseyo. I love it. I love it. So I can read Korean if you guys didn't know that. At any rate, so we're gonna be going out to do a lot of fun stuff, and I just wanted to get meeting Jason is like meeting Justin Bieber. I hope that's a good thing. A10 is too expensive, and I don't have a pilot's license. Yeah, for reals, right? What's up, Chris? So and then next year, guys, just so you know, we're trying to plan some stuff to do some different workshops. We want to do. He keeps saying, "Oh, it's pretty funny." But Chingao, Jason, Ben a Mexico, dude. I'd love to, man. Pinche mad. Never mind. I gotta be careful on these live streams with my boca. The stuff that comes out of my boca is sometimes no bueno. Anyways, but going out to next year, guys, we're trying to do some stuff. We're really trying to do some very. When you come back to, what did you say, brother, sister? We coming. Where do we meet you for the photo walk? Oh, we just meet in front of the public library, right there in front of the public library next to Bryant Park. But next year, in El Año 2019, guys, we're going to be doing some different things. We're going to be coming out with some different tiered workshops. Beginner workshops to all the way to very, your mouth functions badly. That's bad. Angry photographer is talking crap about you on blogs. Please stop him. Guys, in regards to Mr. Ken Wheeler, he'll talk crap about everyone. He'll continue to talk crap about everyone. And all I can do is let things take their course. That's it. That's all I can do. So next year, what I'm going to do is, you know, as you guys well know, in the world of, you know, legalities, things take time. They take time to do things properly. It's easy to talk and talk and talk. But what you guys can do is just bide your time and do that. So it's unfortunately, you know, a lot of people this day and age gain traction and following through negativity because miserable people love company. And you know, the message I can send out to all of you guys is we need to do a shoot together. We totally need to, David. But the thing I can tell you this, guys, is this world can suck sometimes. And people can be really nasty, backstabbing mother freakers. And very duplicitous and very disingenuous. And they are opportunists who will only do the things that serve them, and they'll do it at the expense of anyone else. And so all I can tell you is you have to not succumb to the pressure to devalue yourself. Devalue yourself. There are some people who cannot handle the fact that their work and their merits can't stand on their own. And so I think what I take away from stuff that's said online, and the advice I would give to any of you out there is very simple. Many years ago, I like sports, and many years ago I was, you know, checking out some of the blogs and stuff, and they talk about Peyton Manning, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, all of them, just whatever it is, and there's people on there, oh, they suck, they suck, they suck, they suck. And I remember reading that, and I'm like, I'm not a Peyton Manning, I'm not a Michael Jordan, I'm not a Kobe Bryant. If they say those guys suck, well then hell, if they say I suck, whatever. Seriously. So all I can tell you guys is, and ladies out there, is, you know, just, there's always that mother freaker who wants to ruin you. And the reason they want to ruin you, and this isn't a cliche, it's not a word, it's not a phrase, it's not just some nice little thing they put on some freaking Hallmark card. The reason they want to ruin you is because they have nothing. That's why they want to do it. and they'll try to do it in the under the guise of Fedora Mamba. I do like that. I do like that. They'll do it under the guise of saying they're standing up for truth and justice. They are standing up for truth and justice, just like the National Enquirer only stands for one thing: making money and causing headlines. That's it. That's it, y'all. So just keep that in mind. That's all I'm going to say on that. In regards to next year, the workshops and stuff that I'm doing, it's all focused on adding some different things. I'm gonna do a workshop series that really helps people learn how to become amazing wedding photographers. So right now my workshops pretty much are formulated, like the ones that I have running right now are formulated. Come back to Darby. Darby was awesome. I love Darby. But one thing that the workshops are focused really around a lot of portraiture, which is awesome because I think portraiture bleeds into so many different things. But that being the case, tow truck video. But that being the case, y'all, I want to do some different layered workshops because people have been asking me to do some different things for them. Some pros want more advanced workshop, and some other people want some easier workshops. Some people feel intimidated. So I screamed. I'm through. Still hurts from screaming. I'm crying right now. Why are you crying, Michael Bird? Are you getting punctured or something? Why are you screaming, my man? Now I got the sun moving on me. It's ridiculous. Thanks, China. Little dog. You guys are just all... Any plans for a New York workshop? Richard Cruz, mi amigo, mi amor, mi hermano, mi vida, mi Sancho. All I can tell you is I'm not in the MR2. I'm in the Z3. I'm not in the MR2. This is the Z3. MR2 is T-tops. This is a convertible. So you want to see, y'all? Here we go. Now I'm in the Z3. MR2 is T-tops. Anyways, but the your throat. What is wrong with you? Are you deep throating? What's going on with you, Michael Bird? Anyways, are you thinking about coming back to Calgary? Not right now, but I'd love to. Arizona? I did Arizona earlier this year. I love your Spanish. Believe me, you're the man. Thank you, my man. South Africa's happening in July of next year. Somebody just signed up for a workshop. Pretty pendants signed up for a workshop. That's awesome. Missed you when you came through Chicago. Oh, someone else just paid for a workshop. You guys are awesome. Te amo mucho, mi corazón. DLG in effect. Anyways, we all love you and trying to make you laugh it up, sir. I know you guys are amazing. You guys truly are amazing. What about the fine state of Oklahoma? You know, that's another thing we're going to do this 2019. We're going to try to hit some places that otherwise people ignore. And so, any Sony news? Yes. Here's the big Sony news, guys. I'm going to unwrap the Sony news that only people like me know. You want dud? You want to come to Brazil? This dud would love to come to Brazil. Don't they kill people like me over in Brazil? Now, don't get mad about that. You know, you hear about kidnappings and extortions and stuff. So, you know, you got to listen to it. But I would love to come to Brazil. Perth is always ignored. I would love to come to Perth. And I know exactly where that is. Carlisle would be good. Murph Spencer has a wedding to do. Damn, Murph Spencer. From meeting you and screaming like a kid. Do you actually do paid work, or are you just doing workshops like the rest of the YouTube photographers? Really? You're going to ask me that? Did you not see the wedding I just did in Germany? Huh? Hello? Hello, McFly? Hello? Hello? I think I'm one of the only YouTubers that actually does do real work, if y'all want to just get real with it. Jason is a pro. Of course I'm a pro, mother freakers. The south of Brazil here is wonderful. Oklahoma is always ignored except for tornado chasing. Now that's the point I was trying to get back to is very simply, I want to get to some places that I can hit that some places get ignored. Sony news, please. Sony news is this: if you combine a Nikon and a Canon and they make love and make a baby, it becomes a Sony. There's your Sony news. I can't believe the Canon. I can't believe it. I really can't. I can't believe what Canon did. I can't believe the Z. I can't believe any of it. The best Z ever made was a BMW, not a Nikon mount. Guys, I'm not trying to hate on this stuff. It's just the fact that they come out with these cameras that are so, you know, 2 slots, I mean, literally, you have to combine the features of the 2 cameras to make a Sony. You have to combine the 2 cameras to get 2 card slots. That was 3, so 2. I guess the point is, did Sony used to have a lot of the deficiencies that the Nikon and Canons have? Yes. But Sony got its butt kicked for years for these deficiencies. And so the fact that Nikon and Canon would come out with these cameras that are so deficient is ridiculous. No Z28. I do have a WS6, but no Z28. I do love a Z28 though. So, does Canon even take in as much? You should work with a Rotolite to make it a bit more affordable. 400 is a bit too much. Well, I just showed you guys how to do the Rotolite. What did Canon do? They came out with a mirrorless. That's a big disappointment. I think Jason keeps a Rotolite under his hat. Did you see the light come out? The Canon EOS R, you know what the R stands for? Resolution, right? This is actually very good with great lenses, save for the 1 card slot. There's a lot of things still lacking on it. I mean, the 1.7 crop factor. Italy, okay, Matteo Pignoli. I'm coming back to Venice. I miss Venice. So 2019 is going to be Venice. Best first A7 III lens for portrait other than the kit. 85G Master. Ken and I simply were not paying attention. Absolutely right. I guess the A7 III isn't on the menu for September. Yeah, R for reject. Could you speak on surrounding yourself with people who you want to be like? Yeah, get rid of negative, nasty influences in your life. Get rid of the people who want to leech and soak off of you. Get rid of the people who have nothing but selfish desires in their heart when they're surrounded by you. That's what I do. Sony question, why not have a flip around screen? No joke. Sony, you need a flip around screen. Let's stop messing around here. Good night from Guyana, land of many waters. Fantastic. Come to little old Tennessee. I did Tennessee earlier this year, but I'd love to go back. Is the Sony 85 a monster for the price? It is a monster for the price, but if you're looking to save money and have a good lens, 85 1.8 FE lens by Sony for 600 bucks is awesome. Tamron 2875. Tamron has reached out to me and offered to let me use one, and they're very kind, and I need to get back to them and do that. I'm making you an LED light lit fedora. That'd be awesome. I'd love that. Future shoot locations. Well, the workshop we're doing in Carlisle is awesome. We're actually shooting for a board game company, and we're doing medieval shoots, so that's going to be amazing. In regards to other crap, any plans to come to Massachusetts? Not this year. I don't think I can squeeze it in this year, but the Japanese billionaire going to the moon trip with Elon Musk is looking for a photographer. We nominate you. Well, thank you. Thank you. I think I might be too busy for that. That might be a long trip. That would be amazing, though, wouldn't that? I mean, seriously, wouldn't that be amazing? I'd be floating in the air. Now, the question is, would the fedora stay on my head in space? I venture to believe it would. I venture to believe it would. Even when I drive around a convertible, the fedora stays on the head. That's what I ventured. That's what I'm gonna guess that it would definitely stay on. So other news today, guys. Godox sent me the 600 and the 400. So I want to get back to some of the flash photography for you guys. But I have the A6. It's not till 2023. No, I'm not that far booked out. If it's 2023, I could definitely schedule it. Rotolights on the moon, no more dark side of the moon. That'd be hilarious. By 2023, Rotolite will probably have one that'll light up the moon. You need to set. I need you to send me your PO box to send you something. All right, Polaroid killer. When's your next real wedding in the USA? As of right now, we have one on the books for August of next year in California. It's going to be epic. In regards to what I was talking about earlier, Godox sent me, I think their new Pro transmitter plus the 600 and the 400. So I'll definitely be able to get to that. I'm gonna have to move my car. The sun's gonna hit. Here, let's drive together. I hope this doesn't break like some rule. Here we go. You guys can just drive with me. Is that better? There we go. Mucho mejor. Alright. Alright, I want it on the wedding workshop. You guys, those actually fill up very quick, so you better be quick on those. The real wedding workshops fill up very quick, and we're going to be doing that one on, it's August. It's August in Southern California, no, it's in Fresno area. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I've been uploading my work to Stock Photography to help me look at my work for technical quality. I've realized where things went right and where things went wrong. Do you recommend I continue? Absolutely, man. Is New York still on for next month? Absolutely, brother. I just posted a video about, an image about the workshops coming up for next month. So that's going to be awesome. It's, when are you coming to Indiana? I'd love to come to Indiana. You come into Australia anytime soon. Sorry, let me give you guys some history on me in Australia. I freaking love Australia. I love it. What ended up happening, see at Profusion, absolutely. I'll come to your California workshop. You don't come to Alaska. What are you talking about, you bastard? I came to Alaska last year. You guys say some hurtful things. You just make me go home and cry in my fedora. But, what the freak was I talking about? See, now I'm just completely, I'm disabled photographer. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I want to make sure that I do what I can to make sure that disabled photographers have a voice. Can't wait for you to come to Toronto. I'd love it. Oh, thank you, Australia. So, they put a flag on my thing for Australia. And so, there's no reason, there's no like concrete reason. And I've come to find out through Google and through working through other people, some intermediaries, that this just happens. I mean, Australia is very tough on stuff, and I think maybe it's the fact that I had come like 2 or 3 years, and so I think that's what happened. So I literally have to go down to the consulate to get it solved, and then we can come back. And I really, really, really want to get that down for do a free workshop, brother. How do you think? Who do you think pays for all this? I can't keep doing free workshops, my man. How about Puerto Rico? I love Puerto Rico. I went down there many years ago with my brother-in-law and loved it. It was fantastic. But you are going to see some stuff. I know you were there. Of course I know you were there, Michael Bird. That's why your voice is still hurting. Shutter speed, brief explanation. Okay, shutter speed, a brief explanation is very simple. If you guys are shooting live action, fast-moving stuff, you shoot at 0.08 of a second or faster. Easy. If you shoot portraits, anything that the person is relatively still, you shoot no slower than 1/60th of a second. That allows more light in. You know, ISO really has to do with image degradation and quality. The higher the ISO, the more signal noise ratio, the more we degrade image quality with the higher ISOs that we go to. But with everything else, guys, exposure really should be manipulated primarily through your shutter speed and your aperture. And if you're shooting portraits, you shoot primarily wide open. That's it. Pro photo, too much money. Too much money. I think people, you know, if you want to buy pro photo, that's fine. I think pro photo is like the Leica of lights. It's great stuff, but I think it's overpriced. I think for a long time, pro photo was the only game in town, and as a result, and I shot pro photo, guys, and as a result, with the pro photos, you know, it gained a huge market. But I think pro photos in the same, listen to this, y'all, I think pro photos in the same scenario that Canon and Nikon were in, where they got too big for their britches. You get an air to yourself to where you think that your stuff doesn't stink, and then before you know it, you've got young bucks coming up and kicking your butt. That's what I believe. And so when you're watching, you know, these other lighting companies coming up, I think that it really goes to show you that you should never get too big for your britches, and I remind myself of that all the time. All the time, to not get too big for my britches and to remain committed to you guys, because you guys are the reason I'm even here. Will there be a WPPI 2019 photo walk? Yes, there will. Claude Creative Studios, couldn't agree more. That's just the truth, man. And what I want to do with you guys is you're going to see me talking a lot more plainly and openly about gear. Sigma MC11 or Metabones. I used to say the Sigma MC11 for one simple reason, and that simple reason was that the Sigma MC11 was cheaper and it worked really great. Where I really noticed the problem with the MC11 is it's two pieces, and when you put heavier lenses on there, like the 105 Sigma that I utilized or still utilize, it starts to separate. And so for that reason, if you're looking for the best all-around heavy-duty adapter, it's still the Metabones. And by the way, I haven't upgraded to the Metabones Mark IV or Mark V. I don't see a reason to. It's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. That's amazing. And for Champagne Domino Effects, whatever your wonderful name is, I'm glad you're perfect in every way. I wish I was. I'm not. I am messed up in many ways, and all I do is try to share this journey with all of you, and hopefully you look at that backlight. Isn't that nice? Arrogance is confidence if you can back it up. Do you agree? You guys want to know the difference between arrogance and confidence? Confidence is having your own. Here's the best definition of arrogance versus confidence. Arrogance is when you believe you're great and no one else can touch you. Arrogance is when you believe you're great and you're infinitely better than everyone else. Confidence is when you believe and know that what you do is great and beneficial, but you don't do it at the expense of others, and you don't believe that you're better than others. That's the difference. And I like to believe that the path I'm trying to follow is one of confidence. I certainly believe in my own abilities and in what I do, but guess what? I don't believe that you guys can't do it either, and I don't believe that there aren't other great photographers out there and great creatives out there. To believe that is true arrogance, and I don't believe in that. I believe in people. You have no idea how much it means to me when I help the light go on for one of you guys out there, and you guys can follow your dreams. Because when I was a newer photographer, man, I hear the stories and I believe them out there in the photography community, because there's people who suck, man. There's people who all they care about is themselves, and they don't want to help you, and they just want to suck you dry. And I can't stand that. And so when does the sign up open up for that? I'm gonna do it tonight, just for you, Dan, just for you. So sign up, because it's gonna happen tonight. McDonald's tow truck. McDonald's blows. They don't take responsibility for anything, and they just want to deny it. AAA came up and said, hey, you know, we're going to get rid of breakthrough towing, but McDonald's is deny, and they suck. So all I can tell you is make sure to let them know your thoughts. A billion-dollar corporation. Irene Rudnick said she hated you. She hated you called her a natural light only photographer. Well, of course she hated it. It's the truth. I don't know what else to say. I'm not trying to be a jerk, guys, but if you are a natural light only photographer and you're called a natural light only photographer, what the freak is the problem? Irene is a very talented individual who has a great following, and she's carved out a wonderful place for herself in the photography world, and she shouldn't be angry about what anyone says or does with her, because of the fact that she's clearly made an impact, and she should rejoice in that versus, you know, worrying about me calling her a natural light only photographer. I mean, it's like if somebody says, hey, you're an artificial light photographer. Okay, whatever. I use artificial light. I also use natural light. And I will say this much: after shooting with Irene, guess what? She started using more artificial light. I don't know what else to say. She's the one who told me she was a natural light photographer and that she only used natural light. Well, that's the truth. I'm not trying to paint anyone in any sort of a light. What I'm trying to do is just, guys, if you know me, that's just the way I am, man. I just simply, things happen with me. I'm straight up with you. Most photographers never leave spots in their videos where lights fall and break down. They don't leave that stuff. They don't leave the stuff where they mess up or screw up or drop a camera. I put that stuff in my videos because that's the reality. And so I guess my take on any time I've done something with other photographers is I leave stuff in there about me. So I don't understand anything other than doing that. And I think part of that comes from the fact that I think so many people, and I'm not saying this about Irene, I'm not, but I think so many people out there are so full of crap, and I'm just trying to give you guys a realistic look at what it's like to be a professional photographer. That's all I'm trying to do. And whether or not it resonates with you, I most certainly hope that it does. And for those that it does resonate with, I'm very grateful, and I thank you. You're calling a spade. Irene claims to be a natural light photographer, so I don't see why she would be upset. That's my point. It's not like I said she's a, I don't know, whatever else. It's not like I said she's a LED photographer and she's like, I don't use LEDs. What are you talking about? And that's kind of my point. You dropped your D850 once. I cried. Well, I'm sorry you cried. Next time you can come and cry on my shoulders. Did it still work? That's my question. I'm sure it did. But did it still work? Natural light is like a woman, okay? It's okay, I'm not reading that. I really hope you really enjoy your videos where you go out and shoot with minimal gear. They are motivational. Well, thank you. Did you guys check out the last video? Last video I did with Miss Emily in the ice caves in the Swiss Alps. That was awesome. You tried to be cool like me on your first high school graduation. Well, I appreciate that, guys. For what it's worth, I've loved wearing fedoras ever since I was in high school. I just loved it. I loved it. I grew up in the age of Michael Jackson and Billie Jean. That was a big theme when I was a small kid. There was a big thing, Michael Jackson and the fedora. And he wore the fedora and he danced cool and he looked cool. At least he did to me. Whether he did to anyone else, I mean, lots of people tended to like Michael Jackson back in the day, so, oh geez, we got some tempers flaring. But, you know, that's why I wear the fedora. I wear the rings for a very simple reason. I love the rings because they remind me of stuff. This one is from Venice, Italy. This one is from Canada. This one is from South Africa. Okay? This one is from a friend of mine named Chris, and this one's from Alaska. And I wear things that remind me of stuff. In all the travels that I do, I actually don't buy a lot of stuff. And what I found was I was going to a lot of these places and I walked away with two things, and both things were amazing. I walked away with my memories and I walked away with pictures. But I also wanted to walk away with something tangible, and I love the rings for one simple reason. Because I work with my hands so much, you have no idea how many times I pick up a camera and I'm shooting and I'll look at my hand and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I mean, that reminds me of where I was when I got that ring, and that's where I wear what I wear. In regards to pirates, in regards to like skulls and stuff, am I part of the Illuminati and I want people dead and I'm satanic? No, it's the exact opposite. I love the skulls and stuff for one simple reason. I grew up in Southern California watching, going to Pirates of the Caribbean. I was a big, huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan. And so, and you hope I don't punch some of the rings. They are like legal brass knuckles. I do like that. But you know, some people read into stuff way too much. I'm just a product of what I love. Do you think the Apple XS phones will impact the world of photography? I don't know. I don't know is the honest answer. I don't think they can still, I still don't think they can touch what traditional cameras can do. They won't, I don't think they're going to have the areas of compression. And I'm very curious to see, what I am curious to see is, you know, it's one thing to have the ability to blur, but how do you render the actual bokeh? Bokeh, guys, isn't the blur. Bokeh is the actual way that the light is manipulated and how circular it becomes. That's your bokeh. And so in regards to the bokeh itself, I don't know what the iPhones will do. And that's where I think there's a big disparity between all of that. Do I only shoot with Sony? As of right now, yes, I do. I was kind of curious to see what the Nikon and Canon mirrorless were going to do, and yes, I would have got my hands on one of them and given it a go. But here's the thing, y'all got to wrap your heads around. I have no reason. Are you excited about Photokina? I'm very excited. I leave on Friday, but there's no reason for me to shoot and try something else out that's just from a spec standpoint inferior to what I already own. Guys, I own like 10 Sony cameras and all the lenses. So something's got to be better. And the video that I put up before Nikon announced their video or their cameras, I said I hope they release something amazing. I said that, and I'm on record for saying that, and it was the truth. And the fact that they release stuff that's inferior is stupid. It's so stupid. It's just, it lacks complete business sense. And they're morons. I don't know how else to say it. Portraits with the 400 2.8, absolutely. Wait till you guys see it. Get them, Jason? Again, guys, no hating on Canon or Nikon. They make great stuff. So hear my words. They make great stuff. The problem is, on the mirrorless end of things, they're making stuff too late. These cameras would have made an enormous impact 3 years ago. They should have brought out these cameras versus the A7R II, not the 7 III, the R3, and the A9. They just don't stand up. So, you were like the video in England where the dude played chicken with your flash. Yeah, he was a real prick. I gotta be careful. You know of any barns where you live to shoot families? I don't live in barns. You probably mean love, but in the and for the 4K, yeah, the Canon is a 1.7 crop factor on video. Are you serious, man? Come on, man. That's just some weak sauce. I love natural light. It's like bread. Now that you need a flash, it becomes a cheese and butter to complete the sandwich. Exactly. If y'all have been to my workshops, I always say natural light is what I shoot first. If natural light is great, I don't even worry about bringing out lights. That's just smart. So no hating on natural light. Are the wedding photos from Germany available to view? Not yet, but I am trying to get all that stuff ready. How do you approach rain photography? I put crap on my gear so it doesn't break. I know bokeh is so important, but when do you want your focus, your background in focus? Depends on if the background is interesting. If it's interesting, put it in focus. If it's not, don't. Please share your setting for shooting video on A7 III. Easy. You shoot at 24 frames per second, 24p. You can shoot it at 60 megs or 100 megs. It really depends on what you're doing and how much you want to, how much data you want to incur. I've never shot it at 100. I always shoot it at 60 just because it's faster, and go from there. But yeah, so I've done that, and then what else? That's it. From a video standpoint, you want to try to shoot it a 50th of a second from a shutter perspective, and then you just adjust your aperture and your ISO. Are you defrosted from the ice cave? Yes. Poor Miss Emily, I think she still has frostbite. In fact, Miss Emily, I'm getting sued by her because she lost 3 of her toes. Now that's something we're not really talking about a lot, but I've had to pay her, you know, okay, breaking news, Sony paid me $2.2 million for me to switch from Nikon to Sony. I've never shared that with the world, but that's the truth. They paid me $2.2 million. And out of that $2.2 million, I've never been able to spend any of it. It's been in a trust account. And now I've had to unfreeze it. I called Sony and asked them to please unfreeze that money for me. And so they have done that at this point. And so that out of the $2.2 million, I had to spend $2.1 million and pay off Emily for having wrecked 3 of her toes. So I saw Em walking on the beach. Don't give away my secrets. What happened with the Sony Artisan? I couldn't find it anywhere. Guys, I'm clearly still working with Sony. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't know what else to tell you. Africa in July. Next month is Sony Europe. And the following month is Sony North America. I don't need to say anything more. The proof is in El Puddingo. Now, I speak Spanish, but I would venture to believe that puddingo is not the correct term for pudding in Spanish. I don't know what it is. That's how she affords to live in San Diego. No joke. She's extorted me. What ended up happening was Emily has extorted me. She actually just got blue marker and painted her toes blue, and angry lied about me. What a shocker. What a shocker. That's a news flash. Are you doing a course in San Jose? Let me finish that. But Emily painted her toes blue, and so she actually didn't lose them, but I still had to spend all my Sony money to pay her off. How can we get the old photos from your website, and will you add links to the new ones? Old photos from my website? Were you guys trying to download my pictures? Crazy bastards. If you could shoot from anywhere in history, who would you choose, Cleopatra or Marilyn Monroe? Okay, if I could shoot anyone in history, this is gonna surprise some people, but if I could shoot anyone in history, it would probably be Hitler. Now, don't go thinking that I love Hitler or that I'm a crazy skinhead or anything crazy like that. I just got done with Auschwitz, shooting there, and it was a truly humbling experience. Emily's my new assistant as of 2 months ago. But, and I have incredible sympathy and empathy. I don't even know if I can have empathy because I've never been through that, but sympathy for all the people who went through that catastrophic event at World War II. But the idea of shooting somebody as evil and horrible as Hitler and trying to actually portray the evil that exists inside of him, that to me would be, am I friends with Ken Wheeler? Are you on drugs? But the ability to capture that in someone would be surreal, spooky, just an insane experience. It would just be mind-boggling. Do you think Hitler escaped to Argentina? Probably. I mean, all the freaking Nazis went down there. They just should have dropped a nuclear bomb on all those mother freaking Nazis. Evil mother freakers. God, I just can't believe what they did. If you've been to a place like Auschwitz, it blows your mind. And what convertible am I in? I'm in my BMW Z3. You guys want to see it? That's my Z3. He died in Berlin? I don't know. I'm not so sure about that, John. Of course, for those who don't know, John Maxwell is the Polaroid killer. He came to my workshop in Gary, Indiana, and he was taking creepy Polaroids of people. So I don't know if I can trust him on that. But see, there we go. Block out that sun. Orale, Holmes. What's up, baby? Let's go to Argentina for the total eclipse next July 2nd. Man, I've already shot a total eclipse and a lunar eclipse in one day. Or Chile. Chile I would love to go to. You drive a Yugo? Well, felicidades, mi amigo. I feel bad for you, mi corazón. What camera are you vlogging and with? Well, right now, this is just my little freaking iPhone. You and the Yankee photographer have the same car. Okay, you guys want to talk about something funny? Should y'all be giving donations to somebody who has a BMW Z4? Really? You're going to beg for money and you go out and buy a BMW Z4? Now that's some comedy. For y'all who believe that bullcrap, that is some comedy right there. Russia had the bones and they just tested them recently and it was him. Really? Really? Why in that? Russia had the bones like they took his corpse? That's very interesting. Of course, just like they meddle with our elections, who knows what the hell you can trust. Someone gave it to him. Bull schmucky. No one's just gonna give you a BMW Z4. It's all you guys. Anything you believe is bull crap out of that dude. I have no else to say it. Yeah, we're talking about Hitler and I'm a BMW. That's a good point. Doughboy, yeah, exactly. Russia didn't have the bones. Bwahaha. Why buy shots when you can have champagne? That's a good point. Now, me personally, I don't drink. I've never had a drink, for those who don't know. I've never had a drink of alcohol, liquor. Are those the same thing? But I've never had a beer. I've never had any drugs, no alcohol, nothing. Are you gonna have the Toronto workshop on your website? Keep you with the weight loss. Thank you. Are you gonna have the Toronto workshop? I think it's already on there. No? Did I not post it? Shame on me. If you could create a camera that comes close to being as perfect as possible, what features would you include in it? I would create the A9 with better weather sealing, with you know, the flexible spot. I hate how it stays gray. I hate that. I hate that. It should be a better color so it's easier to identify. I would create it with what else? What else does it need on there? You know, it's interesting. I really what's the mission here? I don't know. What mission do you want to go on, brother? On Patreon, it mentions London and Manchester, but couldn't see it on your website. Are these on for 2019? No, this is for go to jasonlanier.com/Britain. Be honest. How many women have you gotten from being a bum photographer? Zero. What's the next Sony coming out? That's a funny question. What's the next Sony coming out? It's the A7 IV. The A7 IV. I honestly think the A7 III will come out sometime in November. Any plans to co-design a camera with Sony? I don't think so. I've given them a lot of ideas, and they are very kind, and they take my consideration, my thoughts, and many of the other people, Sony Artisans, Sony Alpha Collective. They take a lot of people's input. We get to play with prototypes sometimes. They show us stuff. We'll touch stuff. It's really cool. You'll sit in a room, and back in May at the Sony Kando event, not just me, they bring in other people, but they need a flip screen too, yeah. But what they'll do is they'll bring you in, guys, and they'll have a few cameras there, and you get to touch and play with the prototypes. And out of respect for the NDAs and stuff that I've signed, see my honest, the problem is, guys, it's actually pretty, yes, I can actually see now. Many of the times I have sunglasses on for one simple reason, and it's because my eyes are very sensitive, but right now I can actually see you guys. Tamron 2475 review, please. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. By the way, guys, Oakley's only, these are Ray-Bans, my man. These are Ray-Bans. Okay. Primes or zooms for portrait still life? For what? For portrait and still life? What the freak? Well, for portraits, it's primes. For zooms, it's like for action and stuff. I'm in Hong Kong. When are you coming? I need to come. A7 III plus A9. No. A7, guys, the A9 has everything the A7 III has and more. I saw a video clip not long ago. You and Gary Fong were playing with prototypes and looked like kids with new toys. Now, that was fun. When will the A7 III be in stock? I don't know. It's supposed to be around September 20th, what's today? Hey, what's today? What is today, guys? Today's the 17th, I think it is. I don't know. Why did they take you off the Sony page? Guys, I've talked Sony. I've given you answers on Sony. If the fact that I'm shooting Sony and doing events for Sony and on the Sony stage isn't enough, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. So, the 18th. Oh, today's the 18th. Thank you. So, on the 18th, I think they say they're going to come back on the 20th. When will Nikon finally have the D850 in stock? I don't know. I don't know. It should be nice, right? Because that's from all accounts, the D850 is a really great camera. So why they don't have it in stock, I don't know. That's beyond me. When's your next LA event? Probably not again this year. I just did LA in August. I just did a 4-day boot camp in Los Angeles in August. So probably not again this year, my man. Probably not. But next year we have business boot camp, business workshops coming out. We're going to teach you guys really like a 3 or 4 or 5 day workshop on how to become a great wedding photographer. Temecula event. Temecula is where I'm at right now, if you guys want to know. I'm in El Temecula, here in Southern California. Did you pre-order the Z7 Nikon? No, I did not. I most certainly did not order the Z7. That would be a waste of dinero. You know, in Korean they'd say pagaji sunda, which means rip off. What do you know about the 135G Master? I know that they need to come out with one. It'll probably be $3,000. Would you shoot Canon if they gave you $2.5 million? Well, sure, why not? What the freak could everyone do with $2.5 million? Now, are you saying $2.5 million only because Sony, you know, now that's a lie, guys. But, you know, my little story about Sony giving me $2.2 million, it's a lie. It was actually 2.1. Why did Nikon release a camera that should have been released in 2014? Put your glasses back on. You're honest. Thank you. Why did they do that? It's because they've been developing that camera. Jose Francisco, they've been developing that camera forever. Canon and Nikon. That's the problem. And I said this in my Nikon video. Canon and Nikon were developing these cameras years ago and took forever to come out with the damn camera, and that's their problem. Have you tried out the new Mavic 2 Pro? No, I haven't. Do I outsource my images? No, I edit all of them on my own, and I really gotta be honest with you, I hate doing it. Got the Westcott Halo after using it at the workshop. It's my new favorite toy. Thanks, brother. You're welcome, my man. I heard horror stories about early Sony mirrorless. Well, sure, there was horror stories. Anytime something's new, it sucks. You know, at certain things. So, you know, it takes time to work out all the kinks. And that's my thing. I don't understand why they didn't do that. Why Nikon and Canon didn't just come out with stuff that's better. Best bang for the buck Sony lens, probably the 85-1.8. What do you think about the Z7 battery grip without shutter button? Yeah, it's stupid. Again, super chat mean? What the hell does that mean? What is a super chat? Supper chat? You guys want to have supper with me? What is this? The southern? Is this the South? Supper chat? You said super chat. I don't know what super chat is. Donation? I don't ask for donations. I actually work for what I get. You get cash. Super chat is a donation. Really? What does it do? You guys are educating me now. I don't know about any of this. Do you shoot with Sigma? Do you actually run and reply on your Instagram account? Yes, I do. Super chat. People send you money for highlight questions. Oh, I should try that. That sounds good. If I'm giving you something for your money, then I feel good about it. But otherwise, no. Well, Sony come out with tilt shift lenses. I don't think they need to, and here's why. Tilt shift lenses you're not using autofocus with. Okay? So with a tilt shift lens, you're going to use, just go get the Canon lenses. Makes total sense to me. I don't know why Sony would put even much time or thought behind doing that. Saying Kinetic first attempt is good. What's good is like building a new car without seatbelts and saying, well, it's a first good attempt. Exactly. People are tipping you basically on live streams. Oh yeah? Cam works hard making videos begging for money. No joke. Won't you get towed there? Probably. People tip during. Do you use Lightroom Mobile? Not really. Hi Jason, what's your opinion on mirrorless medium format like Fuji? It's stupid. Why Fuji didn't come out with a full frame camera is beyond me. Idiots. Idiots. Stupid. I just don't understand a lot of the decisions that camera companies make and why they're so stupid. To me, this is not difficult at all. I don't understand why these camera companies are so stupid. The Neo 2 and that foldable softbox you mount on is a killer combo. Yes, it is. If I tell you guys it's cool, it's because it's cool. Shut up! Going long for kids' sports and weddings. Which lens? 70-200 2.8. Well, you can't get. There's no such thing as an all-around services every need lens, but 70-2.8 is the closest one. The 70-210 beer can is a really great lens. It is. Jason is a true artisan. Well, thank you, Zeppy. I appreciate that. Jason, show the shots from the Africa trip. I know, man. I really want to. I really want to. Whoa, there's a tow truck behind you. I wouldn't doubt it. A7 III with the flip out would have been perfect camera to me. Sony needs to give the flip out screen. See, guys, if Sony doesn't have something, I don't make excuses for it. They should. Is shooting Sony doing justice to its ancestor Minolta? Don't even think into stuff like that, guys. Camera companies don't care about you. They don't, and they shouldn't. Their job is to do one thing: make money. That's it. So your job should be, okay, can you send Ken a few bucks? His home in Florida needs a roof. Maybe you can park the Z4 on top of it. But guys, camera companies exist to make money. So you should approach your purchasing decisions in the same way. How is it going to make you money? Stop worrying about the name brand on the front. It's idiotic. Worry about how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to buy future gear, how you're going to support your habit. That's what you should be worried about, nothing else. When are you and Ken doing another amazing shootout? His photos were amazing. That, my friends, is called sarcasm. I'll do one anytime. Y'all know I'm game. I'm game to shoot out with anybody. How do you store your images? And I mean anybody. How do you store your images? Not many people will say that. How do you store your images? Most of my images are stored on whatchamacallit, Pass. I use a service called Pass. I'm not sponsored by them. PASS.us. You're welcome, Pass. But I've used them for years, and You know, honestly, that one of their founders, David J., who was a photographer and now really doesn't do photography at all. He's more into the business end of it. But he was very kind to me as a newer photographer, and I like some of the stuff that he does, and so I have no problem saying that. I'm willing to do a shootout. All I need is a doesn't suck. What? Backblaze is the bomb. I don't know who that is or what it is. Capture One versus Lightroom. Lightroom sucks, but so does, but Capture One needs to improve too. They're just all just disappointing. Love that interview you kid did. He was so uncomfortable. The offer to polygraph Ken is still open. I'd love to polygraph Ken. I'd love that. He's never gonna do it. Do you create online galleries for your wedding images, and if so, and if so, how? What's my next? What was that? I gotta read that again. Oh, if I'm doing like wedding type work, guys, I put them up on Smug Mug. Give us a fabulous. I'm about to have a lady walk over here. Let's see if she walks over here. Well, you guys won't see. Will you go live more often? Yes, I will. I love you guys. What's the next car purchase? I don't need to purchase any more cars. I am done for a while before I get divorced. I mean, I have, if y'all only knew how many cars, and I'm not bragging, just too many. Too many. Too many cars. Bring him to New York next month. I will polygraph him. Yeah, I'm sure that's Smug Mug. Again, not sponsored by Smug Mug either, but Smug Mug. We see your reflection from your sunglasses. Oh, you saw the lady? Oh yeah, that's true. You would have seen her. Ken doesn't answer all of his emails. National Enquirer. Need a car in the UK? Sure, that'd be fun. Any chance in coming to Philadelphia? I do want to come to Philadelphia. I have some friends there, and it'd be great to do that. Have you looked at the Godox monolights? HSS and TTL. Guys, y'all know what TTL stands for? Totally terrible light. It doesn't know what you want to create. Learn how to do manual flash, guys. And yes, I mentioned earlier on in the live stream today that Godox just sent me their 600 and their 400, whatever they are, and the new transmitter. Boston, I would love to come to Boston or Providence, but not this year. Have you ever met Regis, like Regis Philbin? No, I've never met Regis Philbin. I've never met Regis Philbin. Can't say that I have. But I have really appreciated. Can you recommend a monopod? You know, a good monopod, you know, makes good stuff and it's pretty cheap is whatchamacallit? Feasel. Not Feasel. Feasel does good stuff. Who's the other one? Suray. Suray does really good stuff too. Did you pre-order iPhone? No, I didn't. I'm not going to pre-order and wait in line, stupid stuff like that. I already own enough phones. Sorry, have you met Regis and Kathy? No, I have not. How come SpaceX didn't pick you to go around the moon? That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe because I didn't tell them who I am. I hate flash with manual. TTL has been easier than metering. I guess it's a preference thing. Dude, I'm telling you, once you actually get into more advanced photography, TTL is not the way to do it. Totally terrible light. See, I'll take my glasses off so you know I'm telling you the truth. Totally terrible light. What's my highest paid sold photo? I don't know. I don't really, to be honest with you guys, I really don't sell photos. I sell shoots. I've always focused my business very simply on my time and not on the post end of it. So I've always focused on how much can I get for my time. And the reason I did that is very simple. When I first started out in photography, it was 11 years ago, and that was a time of great transition in the photography world. And what ended up happening was, you know, 11 years ago was the great transition from DSLR from film to digital. And when I came in, they were still rocking 6-megapixel cameras, but I could kind of see the writing on the wall in that they were going to continue to want pictures. And what ended up happening is my wife and I took our boys, and I don't even need these anymore. It's not bright. But we took our boys to a place called Styles and Smiles, and we took them to a place to get their picture taken. And what ended up happening was we had like 300 shots done. Of course, they're our kids, and we love our little guys. and they were 11 years ago. Would have made them 4, and God, that was longer. That's 12 years ago. Yeah, and I hated the fact that I didn't get the images from them, the digital files. I hated that, and so I started to approach my business in a way that I think, okay, if I was a consumer, what would I want? And so what I ended up doing is and started charging for my time. And the reason there's a huge benefit to that is there's a lot of photographers, not as many as there used to be, because now a lot of photographers have shifted this way, but photographers would complain that they would do sitting fees or almost free shoots with the anticipation that they were going to sell images. And then what ended up happening is if they don't sell images, they wasted all of their time. And I never wanted to do that. And so what ended up happening was I started basing it, and I started establishing hourly rates for myself that I thought were fair and equitable, fair for my time. And I approached it from the standpoint that if I don't sell a single shot from this event, from this sitting, from this wedding, from whatever it is, do I still feel like I was fairly compensated for my time? And I took into account the time to shoot it, the time to edit it, the time to do all of that. And so what I ended up doing was starting to charge per hour. And when I first got into wedding photography, I was charging for the wedding. Don't do that. That's a big mistake. Then I started charging by the hour, because when you charge, where I learned my lesson on this is I shot a wedding in South Carolina. And when I shot, this is like 10 years ago. And man, my contract said, don't worry, we're unlike other photographers. We stay until the very end. Stupid Jason. Stupid Jason. And I said, okay, stay till the very end. Well, this guy held me to it. And now we're at a backyard wedding. Dude, this is hilarious. This is like some crazy, I mean, backyard wedding, if y'all know what I'm saying. It was backyard. And everybody's getting drunk and wasted and whatever else. And I'm sitting there at this yard, and I'm sitting there until 3 a.m. And the guy's like, hey, we're not done. You can't leave. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I don't want to fight with the guy. I gave him my word that I was going to do it. And I was there till 3:34 in the morning. And after that, I said, never freaking again. And so from that point forward, it was very simple. From that point forward, I started charging per hour. And at first it was $50 an hour, then it was $100 an hour, then it was $200 an hour. And now I charge about $1,500 an hour to shoot. And so now if somebody books me for an event, and for a wedding, for example, I get a 5-hour minimum. So now if somebody books me for a wedding, it's a guarantee I'm going to make $7,500. And so that's the bottom line. Epic Sky says, I stay until the main reception is done. And that's okay. That's totally okay. You guys can do what you want to do. But not me. I charge per hour. Automatic or stick? This is a stick, baby. This is a BMW Z3 3.0. Hi Jason, after a long wait for a Nikon mirrorless, I'm just waiting for my new card to order a Sony a7 III. Would you recommend the Tamron 2875? It's actually a really nice lens. It's actually a very nice lens. I'm going to do a review on it. Get out of here, bumper thumper. But I'm going to do a review on it, but I have seen people use it at my workshops, and it really renders some beautiful stuff. I'd be happy to make $1,500 per wedding. Where you what part of South Carolina? It was in Florence, South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Want to see you collaborate with Lindsay Adler. Any plans? I don't have any plans now, but I'd be open to doing it. Will the Godox X Prawn work with the Flashpoint 600? I believe that it will. Pittsburgh. I shot a wedding in Pittsburgh. God, 10 years ago. I made $1,500, $2,000 for that. Would you consider yourself a night owl? Someone that likes to go out and shoot at night under the city and get nice? Yes, but I shoot whenever. That's how you make it as a photographer. Are business cards still relevant, or should Instagram? Sorry, my wife was calling me. If you weren't a photographer, what other career would you do? Probably would have been a musician. My photos are good. I use a Sony a7R III, but the clients I deal with are cheap. Get new clients. Well, guys, I've been with you for 63 minutes and 46 seconds as of me stating that, which means I need to get home. So I love you guys. Until next time, keep shooting, never give up on your dreams. Find the right gear that works for you, and remember, you only have one chance to get it right. I will be live streaming with you guys more often, just so I can touch base with you, and I do appreciate you guys. Ken's going live in a few. I could care less what Ken does. But in regards to you guys, make sure to check out the Ice Cave video if you haven't already. And that was released on my YouTube channel yesterday. And then go through and just look at the events that we have coming up, and we will be good to go. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you next time. Until next time, keep shooting, never give up on your dreams. Find the right gear that works for you, and remember, you only have one chance to get it right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Proof of the 400 weight. Okay, I went through this last time. I did this. There's no way. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.